Hello, I'm Socrates Johnson, MD, here with my violent friend Rarharg.
Hey!
And we're playing some Company Heroes 2 on Moscow Outskirts versus Defro and Joey. Alright, so let's just get this show on the road. We all know what's going on here. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright.
So what were you thinking of doing in this match?
Well, I was actually trying to see what you were doing. So you were going a conscript opening, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And so I figured I would go support Weapon Company just because you absolutely need it, especially with the center of this map, which can easily be controlled through mortar and machine gun play. And you really don't want to not have it when the enemy does have it. What's your thoughts?
So lately I've been kind of practicing with a conscript opening, because now with the latest patch, conscripts are actually somewhat more viable. So this basically gives me a lot more mobility and ability to harass. And it kind of played out interestingly in this match because I was actually on the north side, so the side facing our fuel and fuel cutoff point. Mm-hmm. So I'm not actually really set up to defend at this point. So I've actually got to step my game up as far as harassment goes.
Okay.
But we'll see how far that went.
Looking to our enemy's opening, they've both gone for initial grenadiers. No shocker there. I've pushed up with my first conscripts to see if I can just take this cutoff point or harass it off the beginning, but they've sent their grenadiers there, so it's not going to work out so well.
Looks like Defro has already chosen a doctrine with the mortar half-track and artillery and sector artillery. Mm-hmm. And Joey has chosen the doctrine with the elephant tank, regal mines, and stupid bombing strike. Yeah. So both of them have chosen early commander. You as well. You've gone for your favorite with the dual T-34-85 call.
Yeah, well, I knew since you were going early conscripts that we were going to just need guards at some point, just to harass armor, light armor, heavy armor, whatever comes up, and I've had a difficult time dealing with that in the past, so can't go just shocks. Engineer engagement over here.
Actually, small infantry engagements all across the map, actually.
Yeah, I'm moving this MG to attack these two grenadier squads that he's somehow clustered up on the same point, which is bizarre, but there's a problem with the sight line. So I don't see it immediately and have to inch it up a bit. Fortunately, I think this tank carcass gives me a little cover. Try and harass, I catch a machine gun out here in the open, so I put some pot shots into it.
Oh yeah, you managed to flank that guy.
Yeah. Well, not permanently. There's a lot of grenadiers on the field, so I have to move my machine gun back because of that, because there's all those flanking possibilities. I get a second one.
Oh yeah, those grenadiers do flank you right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and they move up with their MG42 right there as well. So they've moved in with basically all their forces to
that central
off the middle
munitions point. Yeah, this is a fairly common occurrence. My conscripts are getting hurt, so I stashed them in the building for a while just so you can do a little flanking.
Oh wow, yeah, those guys are heavily damaged. So,
nice
my way
Molotov.
of doing the conscript opening is you get Molotovs, and if you can react fast enough, you can decrew MGs.
I'm surprised you don't take the MGs.
I do, actually, and I do a lot of damage with that.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised you didn't take it
MG42
immediately.
is my MVP.
Yeah, I got a mortar setting up in the center. Being a little conservative with my MG at this point.
Yeah,
rotate my conscripts out of the church.
I mean, they've got an MG set up as well in the middle, so there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah. We're just staring at each other.
People running past each other. Oh, mortars exploding. Dramatic retreat. The final conscript.
They got their first mortar out.
The first of many in this game.
Yeah. And they're trying to snuff out my machine gun here. Yeah, being fairly successful at it, although I don't have the flank. So my mortar to whack them.
Your guys are just barely pinned, but they do get flanks. So.
Yeah. It's a good thing that I did there, just retreating immediately once the flank happens.
Yeah. Oh, and your mortar needs to get the hell out of us.
Same idea. At that point, I wanted to capture their attention just for like another second or two, just to waste their time a little bit.
And I flanked the machine gun in the middle with my conscripts and got it with another Molotov. And capturing all the points.
On the far right. Nice job.
Point blank machine gun action in his face.
Yeah. I'm amazed that machine gun set up in time to scare off those Grens.
Yeah.
Oh, your conscripts are having a bad day. Run.
Yeah, they do get cut down, but they decrewed that machine gun.
Nice. Well, it's good that you can decrew German team weapons because grenadiers are expensive to decrew with or to recrew with.
Yeah, I suppose it was worth it. I mean, but we're
facing battles everywhere. This is a heavy infantry versus infantry game thus far.
Yeah. So I think that's actually one of the changes that I noticed with the latest patches. That the early to mid game lasts quite a bit longer, which I like. Actually.
Oh yeah.
I think that the infantry gameplay has changed for the better. If you can keep your guys alive into the late game.
They've got their first mortar half-track out there, by the way.
Yeah. Those things are bastards.
Yeah, well, especially since we've gone a build that's pretty vulnerable to mortars with our team weapons.
Yeah, and I haven't even tacked up. I think that was my next step, was to tack into support weapons as well, just so that we could have fallback AT guns.
Yeah, well, they've got to be floating a lot of fuel at this point, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 160.
Yeah. No, they do manage to get that guy away in time. One of their grenadiers runs into the flames anyways, lights himself on fire. That wasn't terribly advisable. Oh, and another one catches on fire. What are those grenadiers doing? And another one.
That's
Although I
very
think he might
weird.
have gotten down.
Possible.
He might lose that grenadier squad.
It's pretty unwise infantry positioning, and I think that's one of the weaknesses of this team that we've played against, is lots of Grens getting shot when they didn't necessarily need to be. I have my first guards out, hoping to pop that mortar half-track.
Yeah, I've chosen a doctrine as well.
Light them up, light them up. Nope, didn't hit them.
I try to go in on a flank here, or do I?
I think you're just trying to take the point.
Never mind.
Because the enemy will concentrate their infantry against grenadiers now. I mean, against guards now. Because they pose a threat and they're fairly flimsy, so. Sort of like sappers were for the British back in Company Heroes 1.
Oh yeah, sappers could be a bitch against armor.
Yeah, so I flanked this machine gun with my machine gun.
Oh, good job. Unfortunately, these two mortar half-tracks are set up
right
there. Oh, shit. I don't think that machine gun's long for this world.
Yeah, and they got an armored car as well. So I decided to actually move up to point-blank range as a way of getting out of that mortar pinch.
A little bit damaging, but...
Yeah. I don't even have anti-tank grenades, but I want to scare them.
Oh.
And they do decrease.
It worked, but you also ran straight into a cloud of grenadiers.
Yeah, they blow up their Grens pretty hard there. And they do have a scout car, so we are in multiple kinds of trouble. And I don't have armor coming anytime soon either.
Yeah, each of us have just got single guards.
Yeah, my plan is simply to stay away from that blob until I have sufficient power to hit it with something.
AT guns will work occasionally against scouts.
I don't have any AT guns. I didn't think I have enough manpower at the time, yeah.
attempt to get these guys. Doesn't quite work.
No.
Oh, scout car goes. He hasn't upgraded it yet.
That's good for us. I don't want to lose those guys. Those are expensive, and I only have one of them. Well, now I have two, but still. Keeping those guys alive is more important than doing a quarter damage to a scout car.
Yeah.
Which will be obsolete once I get my tanks up.
Yeah. Oh,
nice name.
Did a lot of damage. I only killed one of the grenadiers, but
yeah. Trying to move these guards up to ambush, but I don't think I don't know. We'll see what happens to them.
Oh, these guys have learned from their past mistakes, and they actually move out of that cover before that Molotov can catch them.
Yeah, well, I do hit their cutoff here.
Oh yeah.
I do decap it, but I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, those mortars hurt a lot.
Speaking of retreating. Oh, man, but your mortar, I think, just got a good
solid hit on
their machine gun.
Yeah, I do have a heavy mortar and a regular mortar as well.
Ah, that's what that was.
Yeah, I am trying to avoid open combat as much as possible, simply because their forces are superior at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm saving up for a tank.
Yeah, I'm also, believe at this point I was thinking of buying a Su-85.
Yeah, because you've already got your mechanized armor building.
Yeah. I mean, I only lost one conscript squad out of all of that initial engagements. Still okay.
That didn't do very much damage at all. Oh, they're building a little bunker over here. They do it very quickly, so I just have to get my guys out. Get out, get out, get out, run, run! I think I did tell them to retreat and just didn't take.
Yeah, I've noticed that happening a couple times. That's sort of an annoying bug. Almost as annoying as your guys getting pinned on retreat by a strafing run.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's not particularly, that's not a good mechanic. That's
Poor
kind of
grenade
unfair.
toss over there. Followed up by a
Molotov.
good Molotov toss.
Nice job. Yeah. They control the center here, so what you do when they control the center, go for the flanks.
Yeah.
Do a little probing. Little probe. Very gentle.
Hope you brought the lube.
Yeah. So my first tank is now out on the field, and so is your Su-85.
Yep.
And they don't have real tanks, surprisingly, considering how often Germans go for real tanks early. As early as possible, that is.
Yeah. You have an AT gun.
Yeah.
Another shot.
Oh yeah, the tank's going in on a not a one-way trip, but a dive. Yeah, take out the scout car very quickly. And was going for the mortar half tracks, but I noticed I was getting hit by the AT gun and chased by grenadiers. So sometimes it's better simply to go forward than to retreat.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you're right up in their business, but there's nothing over there. So.
Yeah, they have no defenses. Their defenses are all in this line. They've all turned around to hit my...
Yeah, which is kind of funny, even their machine guns.
Yeah,
almost.
You probably just had them on a group command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you go in to flank those bunkers. Good job.
Yeah, well, I knew those bunkers existed. I knew they were going to be a pain in the ass. So I figured I know where their AT gun is, and I know it's not near me, so give it a shot.
Yeah.
And get my guards murdered, of course, in the center.
So I'm diverting my Su-85. I forgot to turn on focus sight though, so it's moving slower than molasses.
Yeah. One bunker down, but they have a Panzer IV on the field.
Oh.
Which is a problem. Hits me
Good.
once.
Penetrating shot in your flank.
Oh god,
battle of the blobs here on infantry over here.
Yeah.
Other side.
And they just stay in the Molotov for a while. So what I do is I once again retreat into their rear and lead it on a merry chase around this building. And kill the bunker while it thinks I'm behind.
But your mortars are in trouble. Oh, they do manage to get out of it. That was pretty close.
Surprising, yeah.
Now I've got an AT gun on the field right now, and I'm setting up a whole surprise for those grenadiers who are coming for your heavy mortar.
Nice.
Point blank barrage.
Oh,
Nice.
what a great shot. What a lucky shot that was.
And I got 5 grenadiers in one shot.
And I bring the tank back to take some pot shots at them. I don't actually kill any of them, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, you get panzer fastened by your inner base, so you're not really at any risk.
Yeah. So...
Damn,
but
scout car
there was a wonderful little barrage usage there. And yeah, we've kind of ceded the center to them. I have my mortars, pounding them. But,
and here's where things begin to fall apart for us, honestly. I was preparing to flank these mortar halfbacks with my SU-85.
Oh yeah, but there's a big wave of AT right there.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting... I should have expected them to have multiple AT guns set up. They were smart. They covered their AT wall properly.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I got a kill on this guy before I got
Pushed back.
no.
Yeah, that one mortar half-track was seriously wounded, but managed to escape, even though it was marked. Oh, and they killed... I had no idea they killed your SU-85.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, actually. I should have pulled him back the moment that he was getting shot at by that one AT gun. That was really stupid of me.
Nice.
AT guns have been made a lot more effective.
For better or worse.
Yeah, it works both ways, so...
Yeah. That's just a lot of defenses. So much
yeah, now they've solidified even further with a reinforcement bunker. So, yeah.
I'm flanking into it with my tank. See what I can do. I see everything in the world there, and I'm like, uh-oh. Get level 1 experience, get one shot off, and run. And hope that they pursue. Yeah.
Mining as well.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, we can only attack the flanks at this moment. Hopefully the mortars will do enough to thin out their ranks and bleed them of manpower. Fortunately, all the fuel's on the side, so we can take that.
Yeah. Sort of a ill-fated probe over there gets met with stiff resistance.
Stiff probe. Anyway. Yeah, I run into their grenadier blob, like, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
And I've got another SU-85 now.
And I'm flanking this one mortar squad with my isolated grenadiers, but
No. Your guards, actually.
yeah, sorry. I keep saying grenadiers for guards. Run!
Oh,
Run, engineers!
unfortunately, I get one of their mortar half-tracks.
How do you get one of their, which is an SU-85 shot?
SU-85, they were, I think, barraging and had their stuff pulled back.
Nice.
So I actually managed to clear out that bunker.
Nice.
Clear out
And
the
the machine
MG
gun.
with a grenade.
And I'm sending my tank on a joyride all the way back just because it was getting hunted. And I have another tank now. So, do a little infantry hunt.
Oh.
Kill that
Flank
scout car.
that scout car.
And they're chasing with a Panzer IV into my two tanks. And I think I mark it.
Probably unadvisable.
Nope. It just backs off, which is smart. Oh, poor engineers.
Pot shots.
I know they're going to come after me with their tanks, so I just vamoose. And know that this isolated infantry squad is in fact there, so might as well kill it.
Oh, you did turn around.
Oh! Yep, that Panzer
He's
4 is
got
there.
2 Panzer 4s.
Yeah. I noticed that, and I back off immediately.
Oh, good penetrating frontal shot. And wow, it actually deflected from the Panzer 4s.
Well, at least it was the front armor. And I'm using this tree for cover. Separate the two Panzer 4s.
You actually managed to get that Panzer 4.
Blast the first one. Let the second one go. Yeah. Well, they didn't maneuver them particularly well. One was behind a tree for a little while, so I could play peekaboo. Although I do have another tank which is getting destroyed. So I wasn't paying attention.
I think you were probably paying attention to the other guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my conscripts over here. I don't have anti-tank I don't have anti-tank grenades yet, for whatever reason.
Okay.
I tend to Molotov that
AT
gun fails. I just gotta get this guy.
Oh, you blast my dudes with your barrage, which is praiseworthy. Dual T-34s on infantry mop-up duty. And they
squished a guy over.
Yeah, we squished a grenadier squad.
Nice. So all of a sudden, things kind of turn around for us.
Yeah, well, we have been hitting them with mortars in the center. That tank attack was really costly for them.
Yeah, and I took out their reinforcement bunker, which they hadn't replaced.
Which is surprising, in fact.
And one of their heavy mortar
and I decided
off some of those grenadiers.
And I use my repair ability and the take point ability on these tanks to both get them back up to health and help out in the point taking, in the capture. Uh-oh. Run, guards. What are you doing? You're running to your deaths. Throw a grenade and run.
Shit.
Or just run.
Oh.
Nice captured MG. They're laying down some fire.
Oh yeah, it is. I think this is where I pop the incendiary. Yeah. And it just starts to mow down crowds.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, gets up.
Yeah, that concrete wall was a savior for your men.
Does get knocked out eventually. Everything's flaming behind it. Forced to retreat.
I know there's a wounded Panzer IV over here, and my tanks are back up in action, so I go panzer hunting. As we take turns making costly assaults into the center.
Yeah.
I find some grenadiers instead and just whack away at them for a little bit.
Trying to Molotov things.
And I find the wounded Panzer. Unfortunately, there's an AT gun right in the way.
Oh shit. Oh, nice rear armor hit, but
not enough.
God, and look who comes around the corner.
The elephant.
Oh. Now we know there's an elephant.
I run for my life. I don't think it works though.
Oh god, you're
Yeah, this is a bad situation for us.
Oh, one shot.
One
kill.
shot, my one tank. My other tank's like, uh-oh. Why is there sudden radio silence from our buddy? Back up behind this little building here.
Better hide in this barrel like the wily fish.
Exactly. As the elephant, being used like a tank, fairly unwisely, is searching.
Yeah, this was actually kind of stupid. Considering your ass is sticking out from around that building, I'm amazed you didn't notice.
Well, I notice, and you notice. Like,
It takes half
half of my life away. Fortunately, I can use my mobility, get a few shots off on its lightly
but
armored
the
device.
Panzer does move in to assist. That's not good.
And grenadiers, and an AT gun, and all sorts of stuff. So time for my patented retreat into the enemy.
Oh my god.
They were not microwave.
Holy shit. You gotta be kidding me. You get away from this.
We'll find out.
You
And by the way, we're
take
also pushing on the sides, taking advantage of their inattention. I retreat into the enemy base.
Fuck! You almost wiped out a whole squad.
Oh, Grenadier squad in one hit. They have these Grenadier squads, and they don't Panzerfaust me for whatever reason.
They probably weren't even paying attention. Guys,
Kill
I'm
two
actually
more.
making a fairly spirited push now into the middle.
Yep.
Oh god, you've got disabled gun, damage tension.
And we're killing their mortar half-tracks. We're taking points in the center while they were trying to hit us with the elephant. I'm surprised it didn't hurt
Elephant
your...
has advanced. Good.
Yep. Run, T-34, hero of the Soviet Union.
Oh god.
Your improbable survival has inspired us all.
But,
Nope. I don't button.
no, I don't think he's long for this world. And he finally gets taken out. Heroic
Heroic last
cowardice.
stand. Heroic cowardice, exactly. But we have taken in that moment almost the entire map.
Unfortunately, I denied that AT gun to myself. I could have recruited it and turned it against the elephant, but I lit it on fire.
Yeah, that elephant
Pointing
is,
away at the front.
Run, guards. Nope. A little too aggressive there. Vet 3 guards, or Grens.
Oh, dangerous.
Yeah. But we have, we've marked that, and I'm saving up for the dual T-34s, and I'm almost there.
Yeah. And I just called in my favorite toy, the IC-152.
Oh, nice.
So good.
Good matchup for that elephant.
The elephant will still win in a head-to-head engagement, though.
Yeah. But they have pushed all the way back. We got a Panther. Not too much in the way of Grenadiers, just this one squad here. That has any veterancy, and this one here, I guess. Going out with
This is
wounded...
when...
What's up?
I was gonna say, this is when that Panzer IV realizes he really should have retreated.
A moment too late, unfortunately. It drove right into your AT wall, though. Right into it. I leave my mortars here for a moment because I was trying to get out a directed strike on those guys. And I do hit them, so... Come on, baby.
So I'm pulling everything behind walls.
Because, you know, the elephant's there.
Yeah.
I know the
Yeah,
Panther's
yeah,
over
yeah.
there. I get my double T-3485s. I'm like, let's go hunt that Panther down. Which is, you know, they should be a match for a Panther. And I rethink that idea, though. Because I know, once again, there's an isolated Grenadier squad that I can just squish. Keep pushing that elephant back.
Oh, that was registered artillery. Or the sector artillery, rather.
And that would have hit your conscripts. That's what it was aimed at.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they don't respond to the Jericho trumpet in time. They take out my Zis gun.
Oh. Well, those are really slow to react, so.
Yeah, and it's about time to replace it with something more mobile, like another Su-85 at this point in the game.
Yeah, harass those retreating Grens.
Yeah. Oh, I did actually kill one more guy. Elephant trundles around the corner.
Nice. Yeah. So what they did was they Fausted my tank, but it didn't do that much damage, so I just used the repair ability for 30 munitions. Got it back.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all just sorts of balanced out. Blah. As I continue to speak English.
Yeah. That's so good at that.
Now we got some bundled Grens. Or guards, as it were. Hitting into the center. Trying to take their cutoff. Or at the very least, decap it. Dodging a nade.
Fortunately, I
dodging
do
two
let
nades.
these P-Grens get up close. Oh, shit. Your guys are...
The elephant, the panther goes for it. At least I've decapped it. And they let me cap it, which is unwise. Ah, a little flank guards here.
Little flanky flank.
A little flank with the tanks. We ambushed that panther.
With everything.
You're hitting it, I'm hitting it. It goes
And
down.
I disintegrated those grenadiers with the SE, or ISU.
I was getting hit from the rear from the AT gun and just get around the tanks in time, fortunately. So, oh, that was a beautiful little attack. It was too busy hitting my Grens. Which I think it did murder. It did kill all of my guards, yeah.
Yeah.
And, but that's a worthwhile sacrifice.
Oh, and they set up a real mortar.
Or a real howitzer, yeah.
Or howitzer, yeah.
What is it attacking? Nothing at all,
I think
right?
they're trying to hit my ISU.
But it's nowhere near there at the present time.
No.
So we've been bleeding them pretty heavily for a little while now.
Yeah, I've managed to keep a lot of my veteran infantry alive. You seem to have not had so much luck. Although, well, your mortars are.
My mortars have been surviving the entire game thus far. I've been decent at retreating my Grens when they're in bad situations. I've lost a couple squads.
Defro, the guy with the mortar attracts, he's lost everything pretty much. He's got a grenadier, an engineer, that howitzer, and an AT gun. So we've done a hell of a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, well, those mortar half tracks, the Su-85 made quick work of them. So.
Yeah.
Or was it
Joey
the
has actually got a fairly significant force,
Yeah.
including the elephant. So.
Yeah. Elephant is a little exposed here in the center.
Yeah, it does look like they might get my Su-85 or
The P-Grens. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot from the IS-2, or IS-152. And we find
this is where we
we find the elephants. Nice job crippling its motor and buttoning it.
button him up, hit him with 2 AT grenades, and of course to disengage that button due to the sector artillery.
Yeah. And I move in with my T-34s thinking this is a perfect flanking opportunity. Unfortunately, they have no tanks pointed at us.
Nice little drift there. Oh, good rear armor hit.
At this point, I'm willing to sacrifice both tanks to kill the elephant. So, get one directly behind it. It's able to, plonk away at its weaker rear and side armor. Despite the fact we're getting hit from P-Grens and an AT gun and everything, it goes down. And then we say, get the hell out of here. Retreat. Retreat like...
Which you managed to do, and then my ISU disintegrates that Vent 3 Little Flood bring that up.
Or the AT gun?
Now the IS-2, who's now in the middle, getting shot in the side by an AT gun, but...
Yeah. And also, like, as a result of that, they lose this AT gun, they lost those grenadiers, we took this point. They lost more than just the elephant there. They were just so distracted by the elephant.
I think might have been relying on it a little too heavily. Although, well, I mean, Joey had a huge force there. Now he has no AT capabilities.
We still have that howitzer.
And Defro only has those 2 Panzer Grenadiers upgraded with
the
Panzerfaust or Panzerschrecks.
Yeah, I see them coming for my tanks, and I really should have pulled the tanks back a little bit. One of them is farther away than the other. I was perhaps a little overambitious in my ability to repel them.
Oh, yeah, you were repairing. That's why it's not firing.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And when you're repairing, you can't move, so... And you can't
You can't cancel it, though.
It takes time, and I think it was too new to cancel. I think I had just hit the repair button, unfortunately.
Oh, shit.
So we go all the way back to the base.
Oh, whack.
Boom. Yeah. So, we've traded blows at one another. Now it's time to repair all of the junk we have.
Yeah.
And take this fuel.
Take back some points.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be really active with your infantry as the Soviets, especially in the late game, because like mobility is going to be one of the few advantages you have.
Yeah.
Being a little aggressive here with my mortar squad, a bit too much. Decided to run away. Nice job ambushing those P-Grens.
Something died horribly.
Maybe it's just a howitzer shot. And they have another elephant! Second elephant.
It's like Noah's,
it's like Noah's Ark over here. With all these elephants.
Oh, time to sink that ark.
Oh, the ISU-152 is doing alright. It doesn't have any experience yet. And I'm also trying
it's got 15 kills, and it's almost up to bed 1.
Yeah. I'm also trying to kill their fuel caps. Because they don't have any fuel. Yeah. The caps are the only way that they have fuel at all. They're down to 17, and one is using some sort of resource converter ability.
Alright.
Yeah. Look at the resources. One has 30. Okay, they have 22 now. Okay. Gotta run from those P-Grens. Elephant pulls back when it sees your IS-152.
Actually, I think he saw my guards.
We do have a lot of guards.
Yep.
I have my one tank.
Elephant rolls back forward, gets bumped immediately.
Gets marked immediately. T-34 cleaning up some Grens. While the P-Grens run the opposite direction for some reason.
Lucky movement for me to avoid a bundle grenade. Oh, this guy's need to get the hell out of there.
Scare off those P-Grens.
Oh, those grenadiers decide to stay in the Molotov fire. That was kind of silly. Almost wipe out that grenadier squad.
Yep. Do you have a double ISU-152? No, okay, you just moved it.
No, not yet.
So the P-Grens come to attack us. You're going to silence in the morning.
And the ISU says hello.
Boom! One squad down in one hit. And they're getting hit from multiple sides. Simultaneously, all of your infantry is coming to chase them to hell.
Yeah.
So they retreat.
Oh! get a lucky break and none of them gets killed by that ISU 152 shot.
That's a good amount of damage, though.
There's a smoldering freighter.
Take out that fuel cap. That takes them
Sending
from
in
22
artillery.
fuel to 10.
Following my artillery or infantry there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
they're
it looks
all
like
there.
Defro has called out a panther.
Somehow. You must have saved up for a long time to get that.
Yeah. He's floating a ton of fuel. He's floating 400 fuel.
400. That's
There's
ridiculous.
no reason anyone should ever float that much fuel.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe manpower was just a huge issue. I noticed.
He's got 300, almost 400 manpower.
Well, maybe he's just saving it for tanks. I don't know. Anyway, this panther has come to kill my guards, and I leave them there getting shot for a little while because I have a bunch of tanks coming in to ambush the panther.
These are my guards now coming up.
Yeah, well, I have my first T-34 from last time. Good button. And I bring up 2 more in reserve from the call-in. Kill the P-Grens almost immediately. Just chase him down to hell. Boom. He had just bought that, too.
Panther strike.
Nice. I think about pushing forward for the elephant, but I know it's pointing in our direction, so I decided to pull back a little bit. Because I don't know if it could kill my all of my T-34-85s, but it might. There's a chance. So.
They do a lot. Hold on.
Trade
Reloading.
speeds.
Oh, that's what he was doing. Switching to armor piercing rounds. Just absolutely decimates that Bat 3 Grenadier squad.
Yeah, why would the armor piercing be more effective versus infantry? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Molotov. Squishy Panzer Strike. Shots.
So now we've completely turned the tables, and now we control all the map, and they're the ones who have to make costly assaults. Because really, what you need to do is to keep draining their resources. Although, if this is reading correctly, well, that's you who's floating a tremendous amount of resources.
Yeah, I mean, I was at PopCap for a while, and I think I didn't want to call in another ISU. I just wanted to keep my veteran infantry alive, just so I had the extra capping power. And every time I did that, it would actually bring me up more or less to PopCap.
Okay.
So I could have been cycling infantry a little bit better, perhaps, but
At a certain point,
Yeah.
I was faced with the same dilemma.
yeah. I mean, I can only pay attention to so many things on the map. A nice armor flank here that you're setting up, maybe?
Yeah, well, once they move the elephant forward, that is then my plan. They have got another panther as well.
And I button it and hit it with a AT grenade.
Nice. Same exact position it was last time.
Exact same position.
And you've got a panther
ISU
strike.
does get a really brutal hit off on it. Oh, these conscripts, for whatever reason, walk down to the road.
They're very brave. They're very brave.
I think. No, that wasn't quite my last.
My tanks come rolling in.
Shot doesn't quite penetrate on that guy.
Murder a couple infantry squads on the way.
SU-85 takes out the elephant. It's out of control. But here, I think you move in.
Well, I was going in this way, but I wanted to have a better angle, so I moved into that lane. As I see the retreating elephant, and not knowing that it's already dead, decided to murder it. And I see the panther, seems like fun. See if we can kill it on its retreat. I see the P-Grens, I see the howitzer. I'm like, let's just do a little roll by here.
Yeah, I didn't of the same idea. I decided I didn't like that howitzer and move into a position where I could shoot it from back here.
Yeah. But
That's take one.
yeah. Well, ISU is pretty slow, and trees are pretty hefty.
Oh, yeah. I do have my second ISU set up in the back here.
Nice. Good infantry destroyer.
Yep. Flat.
Nice dodge.
So they're trying to artillery my ISU, which I guess is smart. I return the favor.
You do?
Thunk.
Boom!
Return.
There go all the dead men. Speaking of dead men, this P-Grand unit, this veteran P-Grand dies, and they call GG. They really don't have anything except that damaged Panther. So there we go.
Yeah.
How do you think we turned the tide? What do you think was the effective
A little bit of luck. I think we had a lucky break when I had the SU-85 and you had, I think, your T-34 running basically a raiding mission behind enemy lines. And they turned everything around and got confused. And that bought me time to wipe out one of their mortar half tracks and one of them in their reinforcement bunker. And then I think just the addition of your heavy howitzer, or mortar rather,
just kept,
and repeated infantry pushes.
Yeah, just kept hurting them.
Kind of bled them quite a bit.
Yep.
And we didn't allow them to build up a large tank force.
Yeah, we killed the Panthers repeatedly. We killed the first elephant, and incurred almost no damage while doing so. Permanent at least.
I mean, I did lose an SU-85 to some stupidity on my part, and you lost
a tank or two.
Well, you lost a T-34 as well to the elephant, but I mean, otherwise I think a little bit of luck and successful flanking strategies really won this. I mean, it could have played out completely differently if we had reacted differently to those elephants. Instead, we pushed forward with infantry and flanked the elephants rather than charging headlong into them.
Yeah, we might have been able to kill it if we charged right in, but it would have been a much heavier.
Well, yeah, you would have had a chance maybe with
my tanks.
But I know every single one of those elephant shots takes up about half of the health of one of those T-34s. So
yeah.
It's dangerous.
Well, anyway, that's how you do it. That's how you kill an elephant. It's like that George Orwell essay. But anyway, injecting a little culture into the cast. I'm sorry. Anyway,
right. Well, I think we can end it here. It was a pretty exciting game, and hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, see you later.
Yep. See you next time.